What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Monday, July 3rd, 2023. Now, just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. Had a decent day with the home run props on Sunday. Sorry, this is getting out a little bit late to everybody. We have some afternoon action, and this is going to be one of my I'm going to have one of my quote-unquote notification games where this is where you want to have notifications turned on because I do have some plays for the 2 o'clock matchup. We'll still give you a little bit of time to get these plays in for that matchup, but if you don't worry, there is still plenty of primetime action on the board as well. But before we get into that, I just want to remind everybody, these plays are very high risk, high reward. They are not plays that I recommend anybody dump their whole bankroll into. They're just plays to have some fun with on the side, just for some side action, for some pizza or some coffee money. I don't recommend anybody dump their whole bankroll into these games or these player props. Any player props you take from here, you can play whatever you want, however many you want. But what I recommend is, play them straight. Whatever you do take from here, you don't have to play every single one. But these are the ones that I'm going to be having some money on, and the angles that I'm looking at for Monday's action. But I also know people like to parlay these bets as well. So if you're going to do any parlay from the home run prop show, what I do recommend is if you're doing a parlay that's 3 legs or more, look into doing a round robin. Yes, it's going to drive up the cost of the bet, but it's going to give you a safety net in the event that, one of your legs goes awry. Like how many times have all of us had that, 3-leg or 4-leg parlay that we've had that's been 1 leg off, and because we didn't round robin, well, we don't get anything. But if you round robin the bets, you at least get something if 2 legs hit. So what that means is if you play a 3-leg parlay, let's say you play Jose Altuve, Ronald Acuna Jr., Shohei Ohtani, what you're going to do is that's a 3-leg parlay you play for $5. And then let's say after that, you want to do the round robin and you bet $5 on everything. You're going to put $5 on Acuna and Altuve, $5 on Altuve and Ohtani, and $5 on Ohtani and Acuna. Basically cover off all the combinations of 3 and 2. Same thing goes for 4. You can cover off 3s and 2s. That's going to obviously be a little bit more. The price is going to go up depending on how many legs you have in the parlay, but it gives you a safety net. And the nice thing is, say you do that 3-leg parlay and all 3 hit, well, you also get paid out on each combination of 2 that you have on the board there as well. So definitely something that I recommend everybody look into if you're doing bigger home run parlays with these home run prop show bets. But we will take a look at the player props we did hit yesterday. Like I said, we had a decent day with them. Didn't have a slide for Brendan Donovan for the Cardinals at the time the video was being recorded. There weren't any prices out, and I just didn't have the information at the time. But again, we did give out Brendan Donovan as an official play. He came through. Shohei Ohtani, not Shohei Ohtani. Jose Altuve came through for us at plus 350, as did Kerry Carpenter at plus 320 in that match between the Rockies and the Tigers. And this is also why I tell everybody, check out those if you're into it, listen to the insight, because sometimes we have leans sort of sandwiched in the middle there, and the leans for the Tigers and Rockies game hit as well. I was leaning towards Torkelson and Ryan McMahon, not counting them towards the official count of successful plays that we hit, but still, it's a nice still a nice payday if you were able to sprinkle a couple bucks on if you like those guys. But we'll look at the official plays that we have for Monday's action momentarily. But I want to remind everybody, I love interacting with you guys. So let me know in the comment section below. Do you like the angle I took on some of these games? Do you not like the angle? Do you have player props of your own? Let me know, because sometimes I even look at the comment section of this home run prop video, and I put a couple bucks on some of the player props that you guys dropped, because some of those have been absolute fire. But I ask everyone, if you're going to do that, drop those plays in there before the games actually start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team here at Pickdawgz. One team, one goal, and that goal every single day is to get us paid. Whether it's sides, totals, spreads, money lines, player props, whatever it is, you name it. The goal here is to cash out and cash out big. And I think we're going to be able to do that on Monday. So let's get into the home run prop action for Monday. And like I said, we're going to start with my notification game. This is where if you have notifications turned on, it is going to benefit you. You'll get this video as soon as it drops, and you'll have time to get the plays in from this Astros and Rangers matchup. First one I'm going to look at is Corey Seager at plus 340. He's hitting 324 with 3 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against righties. In his career against Christian Javier, he is 3 for 4. And 3 of his 4 hits have gone for extra bases, including a home run. Javier, he just allowed 2 home runs in his last start. He's allowed a home run in 4 of his last 5 starts against the Rangers. So give me Corey Seager for a homer at plus 340. I'm also going to look at Nate Lowe for a home run at plus 475. He's hitting 294 with 5 extra base hits, including a home run in the last 2 weeks against righties. Also hitting 294 with a home run in his career against Christian Javier. So give me Nate Lowe for a home run at plus 475. I might sprinkle a couple bucks on Jonah Heim and Adolis Garcia as well. You know, Heim hitting 324 with 6 extra base hits, 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. Garcia, 4 homers and 8 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against righties. The problem for me and why there are only leans for me with Heim and Garcia, Heim 0 for 7 in his career against Javier. Garcia 1 for 14. So just not a ton of success there, but I would still lean towards those guys in that one. For the Astros, I'm going to look at Jose Altuve at plus 450. Like I said, he cashed for us on Sunday, but I do like the matchup here, not just because he cashed on Sunday, but I like the matchup against Martin Perez. Altuve hitting 333 with a home run in the last 2 weeks against lefties. In his career against Martin Perez, 9 extra base hits. No home runs, but I think he could go yard here for the first time against Perez. So give me Jose Altuve at plus 450. I'm also going to look at Kyle Tucker for a home run at plus 450 as well. He's hitting 421 with a pair of extra base hits in his career against Perez. So give me Kyle Tucker at plus 450. I'm also going to look at Martin Maldonado at plus 650. He's hitting 478 in his career with 4 extra base hits, including a home run. So I'll take Martin Maldonado as well for the Astros at plus 650. Now for the Cincinnati Reds, we're going to move on to the primetime action. We're going to look at Matt McLain for a home run at plus 460. He's hitting 375 with 8 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in the last 7 days against right-handed pitching. Jake Irvin just has not been a pitcher I've been looking to back for much of the season. McLain has been on a tear lately. I think it continues here. Give me Matt McLain for a homer at plus 460. I'm also going to look at Tyler Stevenson for a home run at plus 700. He's hitting 462 with a pair of homers in the last week against righties. So give me Tyler Stevenson at plus 700. And I'm also going to take Spencer Steer for a home run at plus 575. He's hitting 353 with a home run and a pair of extra base hits in the last week against right-handed pitching. Always seems to get decent value with Steer. And, he's been one of my favorite Reds to back during this recent run that the Cincinnati Reds have been on. So give me the Reds Spencer Steer at plus 575. I might also sprinkle something on Jake Fraley and Will Benson as well. Leans for me for the Reds. Fraley's been one of the best Reds for power against righties in the last month. He's just missed out in the last week, still hitting 353 though, and Benson hitting 412. Problem for Benson is that he's hitting a lot for contact and not necessarily power. So that's why those guys are only leans for me in that respect. But for the Nationals, we're going to look at Heimer Candelario at plus 410. He's hitting 333 with a home run and 3 extra base hits in the last week against right-handed pitching. Luke Weaver, he's allowed 5 home runs in his last 7 starts. And he's been prone to giving up a lot of hard contact this season, as well as a 10.6% barrel rate. So give me Heimer Candelario at plus 410. I'm also going to look at Dominic Smith for a home run at plus 575. He's hitting 250 with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. So give me Dominic Smith for a homer at plus 575. Now for the Nats, I might also sprinkle a couple of bucks on Lane Thomas, Luis Garcia, CJ Abrams as well. Thomas has been one of my favorite Nationals to back for homers. As we always seem to get decent value. But the same can be said for Garcia and Abrams. They're both hitting well over 400 respectively. Problem is, same thing that I had issues with Will Benson. A lot of Garcia and Abrams hits are going for contact, not necessarily for power. So just leans for me with Luis Garcia, CJ Abrams, and Lane Thomas for the Nationals, as well as alternate looks. We're going to go for the Marlins here. We're going to go to Garrett Cooper at plus 650. I think this is a great price on Garrett Cooper. He's hitting 317, 5 extra base hits with a pair of home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. Now, Miles Michaelis starting for the Cardinals here hasn't given up a ton of home runs in the last little bit, but he has given up a lot of hard contact. And Cooper, he's been the best bat for home runs in the last couple of weeks for the Fish. So I'm going to roll with Garrett Cooper for a home run at plus 650. I'm also going to look at Jorge Soler at plus 425. He's got 3 extra base hits in the last week against righties, homer in the last week as well. Now, I normally don't back guys that are batting 190 in the last week, and I certainly don't back guys because they're quote-unquote due. But it just feels like Soler going to start to turn it on a little bit. So I'm going to go with Jorge Soler at plus 425. I was also looking at Jazz Chisholm. If he was gonna play, this would be an official play for me. He is hitting 333 with 3 extra base hits with a home run last week against righties, but no price on Chisholm just because he is questionable at last check at the time this video is being recorded. But also, let me know in the comment section if you guys are looking at any Cardinals that you're backing against Braxton Garrett. For me, Garrett's been pitching really well. No home run props for me with the Cardinals having such a small sample size against lefties in the last couple of weeks. But again, let me know in the comment section if you guys are looking at that game. And also let me know if you guys have any thoughts on the Orioles and Yankees game. I mean, Domingo Germán coming off of the perfect game, but we can't forget that this is a guy that, has given up 15 runs in the 2 starts prior to the perfect game, and the perfect game did come against the Oakland A's. On the other hand, though, Tyler Wells, he's allowed 7 home runs in his last 3 starts against the Yankees head-to-head, but New York, they've sucked as of late at the plate outside of a couple of recent games. So, let me know in the comment section if you have any player props in that Orioles and Yankees game. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that one. But let's get back to the official plays we do have here. We're going to go with a couple of Atlanta Braves in this one. We're going to go with Matt Olson for a home run at plus 240. He's got 4 home runs, a 400 batting average against righties in the last week. Gavin Williams, still a rookie, just making his 3rd start, and the first 2 games came against 2 of the league's worst team against Oakland and Kansas City. This Atlanta team, not a great matchup, I think, for Gavin Williams, crushing right-handed pitching right now, including Olson, who does still lead the Braves in barrel rate at 20.1%. So give me Matt Olson at plus 240. I'm also going to look at Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. He's hitting 435 with 4 home runs, 7 extra base hits in the last week against right-handed pitching. So give me Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. Now say it with me now. This is a spot where the Braves, you can make a case for them for the catalog, the spread play against the right-handed pitching. They are just hitting really well right now. I think once again you can make a case for many bats in Atlanta's lineup right now, and I don't think I could argue. Austin Riley hitting 304 with a pair of home runs in the last week against righties. Sean Murphy 462 average with a pair of homers. Michael Harris II at 364 with a homer. Tons of options here. Also, again, let me know in the comments if you guys see anything for the Guardians in that game. The only one I was considering personally was Josh Naylor in a lead. He is hitting 417 with 4 extra base hits and including a home run in the last week against righties. Jose Ramirez is usually an option as well, but there was nothing strong for me in this game. So let me know in the comments if you guys see anything there. But before we get to our last few home run props today, I want to remind everybody, obviously the purpose of this home run prop show is to put you guys on some free home run prop winners, but it's also to highlight the benefits of using the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays. That's where we get the graphics for this show directly from, is those betting tools. You can see the player props. You can see how often they hit. You can even change the sample size. 5 games, 10 games, games following a win, following a loss, home games, away games, total games this season, you name it. You can find a sample size for it. And you can also find the best possible price. We'll highlight the best possible price for you that you can find that player prop at, depending on the sportsbook. Nice thing is, if you don't have an account with the sportsbook that's giving you the best possible price, you sign up, and if you're a new customer, you get a sportsbook bonus on us. You get to play that best possible price with that bonus, and you also get to add to your advantage over the books that they can't take away from you, which is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible number. There's other betting tools there. If you like betting hot and cold trends, there's a streaks tool. If you're a parlay builder, parlay bettor, there's multiple parlay builders there for you to use. Profitable teams, angles, underdogs, you name it. I could probably do a show, for 1 to 2 hours every day, just picking out, angles just based on those player props and the prices that they give us. But I honestly think it's the best way, for you guys to check them out is if you just go over and experience them for yourselves. I can promise you, you won't regret it. You're going to make a ton of money while doing it. They are a great tool to have on your belt when you're making your best bets for the day's action. But let's get right back into the home run prop action for Monday. A few more games to look at here. The first one we're going to look at is this Twins matchup against the Royals. The only play, standalone play for me that's official here is going to be Byron Buxton at plus 295. He is hitting 278 with 4 extra base hits, including a home run against left-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. He leads the Twins with 3 home runs against the Royals so far in 2023. Now, Austin Cox starting for the Royals. He did give up 4 home runs in 3 2/3 innings in his first start. I just don't like the matchup against Buxton here for Cox. So give me Byron Buxton for a homer at plus 295. I was also leaning towards Joey Gallo, who has a pair of home runs against the Twins this season. A 182 batting average in the last 2 weeks against lefties. So I would lean towards Joey Gallo there as well. For the Padres, we're going to look at Juan Soto at plus 370. He is hitting 417 with 4 home runs, 7 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against righties. Jaime Barria, he has been decent for the Angels, but he's a lot better out of the bullpen. Hasn't been as reliable in a starting role, so I'll take Juan Soto for a homer at plus 370. For the Padres as well, I like Ha-Seong Kim. If you can find a price on him, there's no price I could find. So check if you find if he's going to be end up playing today, if he's in the batting order, if he's in the lineup. If he's not, well, then if you get the price, it's either gets voided. But like I said, I would check on Ha-Seong Kim's status. But if he is in the lineup, I would definitely make him an official play. He's hitting 313 with 3 home runs against righties in the last week. But a play that I do have an official play on, Trent Grisham for a homer at plus 550. He's hitting 323, 6 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. So give me Trent Grisham for a homer at plus 550. And I could also make the case for Fernando Tatis Jr. The other ones, though, just hold a little bit more value for me. I may put a sprinkle on Tatis Jr. as we get closer to first pitch. Now, normally I like to know who is starting for a team from the other starting pitching perspective. But with the Padres starting pitcher still up in the air, I'm just going with overall numbers for these next couple plays for the Angels. I'm still thinking it's Blake Snell that's going to get the start for the Padres, but until we can confirm it, this is still what I'm going to roll with. And like I said, I'm just going to go with overall numbers here for my analysis on some of these. First one we're going to go with is Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he's hitting absolutely outstanding right now. And plus 390 is just crazy price for Ohtani here. He's hitting 333, 8 home runs, 11 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks. So give me Ohtani at plus 390. Also going to go with Mike Trout at plus 500. He's starting to turn it around. He's hitting 310 with 7 extra base hits, including 4 homers in the last 2 weeks. So give me Mike Trout for a homer at plus 500. And I'm also going to look at Mickey Moniak for the Angels as well. He's hitting 273 with 7 extra base hits, including 3 homers in the last 2 weeks. So give me Mickey Moniak for the Angels at plus 700. I think you could also make a case for Brandon Drury, who is hitting 359 with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks as well. Now, one game I thought was interesting was this Mariners and Giants matchup. Decent pitching matchup of Brian Wu versus Logan Webb. Nothing stood out for me here, though, so let me know in the comments section if you guys have any thoughts on that one. Now, the only other game that I have an official play on, but again, have no price on, so, get your pen and pencil out and hear me out here. Mookie Betts is going to be my official play from this Dodgers and Pirates matchup. He's hitting 474 with 3 home runs, 8 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. Mitch Keller starting for the Pirates. He's been on and off as of late. I think Betts in his current form could get to Keller here. So no slide for this game, no graphic, but an official play for me will be Mookie Betts for a home run. I'm anticipating him to be in that plus 400 range, plus 400, plus 450, which I think is some great value here considering we've seen Betts in the lower to mid 300s in the last plus 300s in the last couple of weeks. So give me Mookie Betts for an official play to round things out. But let's do a recap of the plays that we did give out for Monday's action. And we started things off early. Corey Seager for the Rangers at plus 340. Also went with Nate Lowe of the Rangers at plus 475. For the Houston Astros, went with Jose Altuve at plus 450. Kyle Tucker at plus 450 as well. And Martin Maldonado at plus 650 for the Astros. For the Reds, a few Reds we're looking at here. Matt McLain at plus 460. Tyler Stevenson at plus 700. And Spencer Steer for the Reds at plus 575. For the Nationals, Heimer Candelario at plus 410. And Dominic Smith at plus 575. Again, I've had leans sort of sandwiched after some of the player props in a couple of these games. So if you want to know the leans as well, just drop back a few minutes and check out the analysis on each of those games. For the Miami Marlins, we're going to look at Garrett Cooper at plus 650. We're going to look at Jorge Soler at plus 425. I was also looking at Jazz Chisholm, but again, no price on him because he is questionable for this game. For the Braves, we're going to go with Matt Olson plus 240. And Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. For the Twins, we're going to go with Byron Buxton at plus 295. Juan Soto at plus 370. Again, no price on Ha-Seong Kim, but if he's in the lineup, I'd like Ha-Seong Kim for an official play as well. Trent Grisham for a home run at plus 550. Going to go with Shohei Ohtani for the Angels at plus 390. Mike Trout at plus 500. And Mickey Moniak at plus 700. And again, if you can find an official price on, or find a price on Mookie Betts would be an official play for me here as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Up and over 134,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. Couldn't have done it without your guys' love and support, so thank you so much for that. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel. Hit that thumbs up because it really helps us out a ton. Lets me know that you guys like this home run content, and we'll keep producing it for you. And also make sure you have notifications turned on. Today is a prime example of why you want to have notifications turned on. Again, I apologize the videos came out as late as it did. Morning show ran a little bit long, and sometimes some of the prices just weren't out for these games, but I couldn't wait to get this video out to you guys any longer. So if you have notifications turned on, you still get the content as soon as it drops. You have time to get these home run props in before first pitch. Again, a lot of today's action is in the prime time slate, but if you do have any interest in the afternoon action, if you have notifications turned on, you get the notification when this video is posted and you get those plays in. If you're looking for my best bets, again, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And while you're at Pickdawgz, I can't stress this enough, check out these betting tools. Sports Chat Place as well. They are there for you to use. They are 100% free. You are not going to find betting tools like this anywhere. And if you find anything close, you're probably not going to find them for 100% free, but we're giving these to you at Pickdawgz at Sports Chat Place. They are a great tool to have, a great asset to have in your corner when you're making your best bets for the day's action. I promise you guys, check them out. You won't regret it. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you again. Let's crush the books to start the week strong on Monday.